Hi, this is Sally with Three Dimensional Visions, Glass Blowing Houston, and I'm here today to talk about reflections on glass. So I'm going to pick two of the pieces that I've made, and I'm going to talk about how I went about doing the color application because it's a little different than usual, and then I'll show you those pieces in detail. So I'm in our gallery space out in Tomball. We'd love for you, if you could, to follow us on Instagram at Glass Blowing Houston, to follow us on Facebook as Glass 3DV, and we're on the other social medias, and either as Three Dimensional Visions or Glass Blowing Houston, and you can find us there and join our community and have some fun with us. So, peek at our gallery. I'm going to be talking about the Red Bull, that's one of the pieces today. And then I'm also going to be talking about this piece that's in the crosshairs right now, Deformed Syncline. And you saw a snapshot of this piece behind me. So today, again, the color application I'm going to talk about is how I do my crossover series, which are designed in the warm glass studio and then blown out in the hot glass studio, or parts are made in the hot glass studio and then fused in the warm glass studio. So contour pattern bars, they start by laying pieces of glass down. Separate pieces of glass are laid down in a pattern, however your pattern is you want to make, and then you dam that up, you add a little space beyond it and let it flow into those, and then you get deformed pieces that look, well, like this, or this, or this, all depending on how you lay them out. Here's another from this series of black and white and gray. You can see all the flow movement in there and the flow movement in there, and you can cut them any sizes that you want and then let them flow again. And so it forms a very interesting pattern. And I love doing that because these pattern bars remind me of stratigraphy. So in stratigraphy, of course, you know I'm a geoscientist, and in stratigraphy, things are laid down, oldest to youngest on top, and then nature happens, you know. Things, maybe there's a little heat or pressure added to it, and what do you get? You get deformed sediment, which looks like this and forms folds. And I just find this so intriguing. It's like modeling temperature and pressure effects on the glass, and so I love making contour pattern bars. So it's like the sedimentary process. So I take those bars after I've made them, and depending on what I'm going to do, I might cut them all up into the same size and fuse them together into a tile. So this is an example of one of those tiles. It's pretty big in size, so that's my hand stretching across it. That's probably like 6 to 8 inches. Yeah, it's probably about 8 inches. And you see this one's in blues and grays. And if you pick it up, you can see that there are some beautiful transparent colors in there. And when you blow that out, you're gonna see that, and it's gonna be really cool. Well, this piece that I'm gonna show you first is called Passion Bowl. And it was made in a tile similar to the blue one you just saw, and then blown out in the studio. So what happens is that tile is taken after it's finished in the warm glass studio, and we warm it up again slowly until we get it to about 1,000 degrees. And then we pick it up with a plunger of glass, which is the appropriate size, hoping not to waste any of the color, and we blow it out. And that's what was done on this high-sided bowl. To give you a feel, this bowl is about 15 inches wide and 8.5 inches tall. And you can see those pattern bars I'll let you look at the outside and you can see through it and those reds and pale purples. And then we'll go look at the inside where you can really see how these patterns, how these bars are, the separate bars, and then how they flow some more and connect together. And it's pretty interesting looking in the color. And you get that deformation that I'm talking about in each particular bar. So that's my red passion bowl. You can find it on my shop on Instagram, that's Glassblowing Houston, or also on 3-Dimensional Visions on Facebook or Glass 3DV. They all hook up to my WooCommerce shop online. So the other piece I wanted to show you and talk to you about is on the other side of the gallery. So we'll just take a little look of the gallery from here. You can see outside. And you can see the gallery. And we're gonna head over to this piece right there, this teardrop shaped piece on the pedestal. And it's made from contour pattern bars also. I'm gonna try not to jiggle too much, but you know, it's hard to do this. I'm holding this in my hand and I'll get better at this. I'm gonna get a gimbal so that it'll be smoother transition. But until then, this is the best I can do. So this one is made from contour pattern bars also. And you can see the beautiful reflections, this reflections on glass that it makes in our studios, in our gallery space here. And we're gonna come in and zoom in a little bit on it, and you can see that you can see through that piece in these where we have transparent glass. And so these contour pattern bars that are on this one, it has some blues and greens and yellows, the similar colors as what I've showed you in my pattern bars before, but put together in a different way. And you see that as they stretch up the neck, they form a more linear surface and a little bulbous form here. So it's, again, this was probably a circular tile that I made. It was a circular tile that I made that was picked up. This one's about 24 inches tall. It's 10 inches across and 4 inches deep. And I'm gonna turn it so that you can see how it changes. See how those look straight, and then you get this beautiful change here and more ability to see through the piece in the amber or topaz colored glass. So again, I call these crossover pieces, making the color in the warm glass studio and blowing it out in the hot glass studio. So that means we can do roll-ups and plunger pickups if you are a fuser and work with COE 96. We can't use bullseye or anything else. The COE 96 is what we use in our pot, and that's what will work most effectively to get a successful piece. So that was just sitting over there a little crooked. So again, the Reflections on Glass, you can follow us on Instagram as Glassblowing Houston. You can follow us on Facebook as Glass 3DV, or you can follow us on other social media. We're there also. And join in our fun, join our community, and come have fun with us and talk about glass. Thanks for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you and talking with you the next time. Sally with 3-Dimensional Visions, Glassblowing Houston. Bye for now.